Well, good morning, everyone, and happy Friday, and welcome to the relaunch of our Inspire Me Fridays. My name is Erin, and I am coming to you from the new space at Dances with Wool. We are fully settled into our new space at 1358 Sycamore Square. You can see the beautiful retail space behind me with all this natural light. We're super excited, and we've seen a lot of you. We had our grand reopening on Saturday, and we've been open all week. We've seen many of you, but we know there's a lot of other folks who've been out of town with vacations and things, so we hope that we will get to see a lot of you soon. So if you're unfamiliar with it, our Inspire Me segments happen on Friday mornings here on Facebook Live, and our intention is to just introduce you to a new yarn that's come in or a new pattern, just to kind of give you some inspiration as we get ready to hit the weekend. And what we wanted to talk to you about today are gnomes. So if you have followed us at all, you'll know that we are big fans of Schira, who's a designer, Canadian designer on Ravelry, and all of her wonderful, fun gnome patterns. And Sarah is getting ready to release her newest mystery Knitalong gnome. So we wanted to talk to you a little bit about that this morning. We think that this might be a fun project for you to get in on this fall. So this year's fall mystery Knitalong gnome is called Choose Your Gnome Adventure. And Sarah has, over the years, designed most of her gnome patterns use fingering weight yarn and produced gnomes. She's got patterns that are smaller than this. She's got patterns a little bit bigger than this, but this is kind of the general size. Over the years, she's had a lot of people tell her that they enjoy supersizing her patterns, using different yarn weights to create different size gnomes. And so Sarah decided this year for the fall mystery Knitalong that she was going to allow you to choose your gnome, your own adventure. So the pattern is actually going to be written for 3 different weights of yarn. You can do it in fingering, you can do it in worsted, you can do it in bulky or chunky yarn. She's going to give you directions for that. She's also going to give you multiple options. There'll be at least 2 options for everything from the beard to the hat to the arms to the body. So you will get a chance to really personalize your gnome and have a lot of fun with it. And so these mystery Knitalongs are great that Sarah runs. If you are not familiar with what a mystery Knitalong is, basically Sarah has written an entire pattern. It's been tech edited, it's been test knit, all the options have been checked out. And what she's done though is she has cut the pattern into 4 chunks. And so what will happen is if you go on Ravelry right now, you can buy the pattern. It's called Choose Your Gnome Adventure. We've linked it in the comments below. But what you will get is just sort of like a prep pack. You're just going to get a couple of pages that will walk you through your supplies, help you kind of think about what kind of yarn you want to use, what to buy. And then on September 2nd, the first clue of the pattern will drop. So you will get a notice on Ravelry that your pattern is ready for an update. You'll update your pattern, and then you will get the first set of directions. And clues are going to come out on September 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd. So over the course of the month, each week you will get a new set of instructions to knit another piece of the gnome. And the nice thing about this pattern is even if you do it in the bigger sizes, you're still talking about a little gnome. So it's very easy to keep up with Sarah's mystery Knitalongs because she does a really good job in kind of making nice little sized chunks for you to work. Sarah's also great about creating videos. So anything that might be a little bit tricky, she's going to use mostly very basic, things that you already know how to do. You know how to do basic increases and decreases. You know how to knit in the round, but she will create videos with every chunk of the pattern to walk you through anything that might potentially be a little bit outside your wheelhouse. So she makes it a lot of fun, very easy. She has a very lively group on Ravelry with all kinds of posts and chatter. People also post all over social media. You will see this gnome everywhere if you're on Instagram or Facebook. And she has got hashtags that you can, if you're going to post a picture, that you post with it, because she also does prizes. So it's lots of fun. All her mystery knit-alongs, you can win prizes by posting in her Ravelry group, by posting to social media with the appropriate hashtags. All of that will be in the pattern as the first pattern drop comes out. She'll give you directions about where to go to post pictures of your progress and then eventually your finished gnome, and so that you can be in the running to win some prizes. And she actually gives you until the beginning of October to get your gnome done. So you've got a little bit of time after the last clue drops. So we do not have kits set up for this gnome because there are so many different options. And it was one of those things we were looking at trying to put together kits, and we're like, you know what, we'd have to have a million kits and all those different yarn sizes. But I've got a couple of things to show you, things to think about, and we would love to help you create your own little personalized kit to make your gnome. So you can do it. It's at out of fingering weight. The sort of traditional size-ish gnome, you would be using mini skeins for that. And we have lots of minis in from Emma's Yarn, from Rich Hill Yarns. We've got a variety of things. So you would need mini skeins. If you wanted to make a slightly bigger gnome, you could use fingering weight, but you would need larger amounts of fingering weight. So you'd need to buy full skeins of fingering weight, or go into your stash and find like maybe those half skeins left over from other projects. You could also do worsted weight. So these are just 3 colors of Barocco vintage worsted that I have pulled out, but you would need worsted weight to do a slightly bigger gnome. So you could go through your worsted weight, you know, our worsted weight options that we have, or your leftovers. You could even do it out of bulky yarn. So I pulled 3 colors of Barocco Lana's Quick. So this would be a fun combination. And so you could use a bulky yarn and even larger needles. Like I said, when you buy the pattern, included will be downloads. You'll be able to, she'll tell you exactly, depending on what kind of yarn you want, how much yardage you're going to need of each of the colors, and what needle size you'll need to pick up. But we would love to be your consult for getting yourself set up to do this Choose Your Gnome adventure. What's also fun with these is that each of the gnomes has a name and they have a little story. I believe this gnome's name is Norton, and he is an international spy, which is why there are so many options, because he has lots of disguises. And so there'll be a fun story that will come along with each of the pattern clues as well. So if you're looking for like just a fun little project to help kick off your fall, we would really recommend Sarah Schira's upcoming Gnome Mystery Knit-Along. We would love to help you put together colors and make sure you have enough yarn for whatever selected size you'd like to do. So we invite you to come on in. If you're not local, you can always set up a virtual shopping appointment with us. You can do that right on our website. When you go there, there's a banner across the top of the page. We do those via Zoom. They're very successful. And we can see you, you can see us, and we can take you around the shop and help you pick out yarn or go over the pattern with you to make sure that you're purchasing the right amounts depending on what size you want to make. But that is our Inspire Me for today. We hope everybody is having a great weekend. The weather has finally broken here to some extent in Virginia, where we are located, and so it feels much nicer than it has been. We hope it's a little bit cooler for you as well, wherever you're watching me from, and we hope you will join us next Friday for our next installment of Inspire Me. Bye, everybody.